I realized that I was liked or good at my job when a few years ago a past client emailed me to thank me for the therapy that we had provided for him. He wrote in his email that thanks to treatment, he was now a happy, confident kid who had friends and felt like that they can, you know, have a future and be a productive member of society when they get older. He was 10 when he was writing me this, so it was kind of interesting that at age 10 he was thinking about how he could be a productive member of society. That meant a lot to hear it right from a former client. His mom had reached out about a year, maybe a year and a half prior to him emailing me to say that we had had such a positive impact on their family that their life was less stressful. They were able to get out of the house without all these plans and contingency plans and anxiety and stress that they had before services. So that really meant a lot to me. Another way that I know that I'm good at my job, or I feel that I'm good at my job, is a current client, the mom of my most severe client, who is 3.5 chronologically, but developmentally she's only about 9 months. Watching this little kid learn how to do things like feed herself, hold her own spoon, hold her own sandwich, drink from a straw, hold her own bottle, that sort of thing, plus learning how to make simple requests as opposed to arching her back and screaming, has been so rewarding and makes me feel like I'm doing something right, because she had had play therapy for a year prior to that and learned nothing. So through ABA, she has learned quite a bit. Also, watching her mom's face light up when this little girl turns around and looks at her after mom says her name is huge. When we started with her in December, she didn't know her name. She wouldn't respond to her name. You could be sitting right next to her and shout it in her face, and she wouldn't respond because she didn't know her name. She was trapped in her own little world. She never smiled, she never giggled, she never went up to people. She didn't even seem to realize when mom or dad or her brother left the room. She was in her own world. Now, when you say her name, she doesn't always come, but she turns and she looks to check to see what you have. Do you have any chocolate chips for me? Then I'll come. That sort of thing. We're still working on compliance. But to see her respond is just huge. And watching her mom, the stress just melt from her face has been so rewarding. Another thing that this little kiddo has been doing since we started services is smiling and giggling. It's something she never did before. Now she seems to be enjoying herself, and the fact that it seems like her quality of life is improving is huge to me. She's always going to need to be cared for. She's never going to be an independent adult. But if we can bring some happiness and quality of life to her life, then that's huge. That is a success to me. If we can keep her safe in her environment, because she likes to put everything in her mouth, if we can teach her how to keep herself safe and how to occupy her time, I'll feel that like I've made a huge impact on her life, and I'll feel like treatment has been effective for her. And I feel like her mom feels the same way. So that's priceless. It's very rewarding.